Yes, actually, I don't have a question. I have a comment to make. About 2 months ago, I read Candide by Voltaire. And then reading this, I was so struck by how it must have influenced um, the author extensively. And, you know, Cunegonde seems to be like Marcella. It was amazing to see the influences of that Voltairian novel on this particular novel. Then the other thing that really struck me is that in 1794, Xavier de Maistre, a Frenchman, wrote a very short novel called A Journey Around My Room. And if you read that novel, you will immediately see that the structure is the structure of the novel we're discussing today. It's in very short chapters in the first person, and it refers to things as it goes, and then it references back to a previous chapter and then forward. And between Candide and A Journey Around My Room, I see those as the two major influences for the book that we're discussing today.
Yeah, those are Machado is nothing if not proudly influenced. Yeah, so A Journey Around My Room is actually name checked in an early note, as was Charles Lamb is one of the others. So the Essays of Elia, Journey Around My Room, Almi de Garret in Portuguese literature. There's Sterne. He's very open about the extent to which he's drinking from all of these different sources, and that's uh it's it seems more natural for us today now from this perspective to be able to establish this dialogue, but uh what we have to remember is that he's starting from this absolutely subaltern position of, you're on the edge of the world, and you're dialoguing with these works at the center, and the way that he's able to appropriate these structures and to shed new light on them and breathe new life into them, telling this very Brazilian story, that how, again, how do we take Machado out of the box of influenced by and put him into the box of, he takes these tools from all these different authors and uses them to reflect on his own reality. So again, I think I always wind up pulling it back to the historically situated approach, because I think that helps us cast Machado as a more, as the most active of readers. He's an avid reader. He's a translator from the French, but he's taking all this in, and he's putting it to work on his time and his place, and putting these narrative tools into the hands of this Frankenstein's monster that is Brás Cubas. And so absolutely, I had to chase down I don't know how many works, and read all of these, not only all the ones that are name checked in the opening note, but I got there's a list of Machado's library at the time of his death. I really tried to go down those rabbit holes and see, in not, out of just fetishism or, trying to get closer to him, but seeing where he was getting these characters and the descriptions, and ways in which he might be, for example, winking at Voltaire, but putting a slight twist on it, because he's also the master of making an illusion, but then sort of distorting it slightly. So you have to obviously go to the source in order to understand what was he getting originally and how was he presenting it to us. There are so many points of connection. It's almost dizzying, and bringing those illusions through to the reader was also, I hope, something that I was able to convey in the footnotes. Establishing Machado as this uh, omnivorous global reader who then pours that into his writing. But it's an endless sport drawing these connections between Machado and other greats. Thank you.